Hello everyone and welcome to episode 4 of the MSU live stream podcast. I hope everyone had a good weekend, enjoyed the racing. We even experienced a bit of flurry of snow down here in the south of the UK, which was good fun. Joined here by Dale again today. Hello Dale.
Yo, brother.
How are we?
I'm very well, thanks.
Did you enjoy the race in the weekend?
Did I? And I would say that I'm quite a committed fan, as I did stay up with Gazza D till I think we done till 4 a.m.
Fair play to you.
So we watched what time? I think because we was all watching the like free practice, weren't we, and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when we started watching it, Gal was like, you're going to stay up. I was like, I'll just go to bed and watch it in the morning. Next minute, you get hooked a little bit, don't you? And next minute, I was like this in bed. You're watching it on your chest and you give it the old, you drop the phone and give it the old
1-0.
Yeah, I was like, but yeah, we stayed up till 4 and managed to get it done. So it was good.
I didn't watch it till Sunday morning.
I paid for it the next day. But yeah, it was worth it, mate. Watching it live is quite cool.
Hello, Lukey Shields. Welcome to the podcast.
Lukey Shields straight in.
Hello, Shane. Facebook user. Me too. All 3 rounds. I've watched the lot. Whoever you are, fair play.
Who said that?
Just a Facebook user. No one's special because I haven't signed in properly. Right, here we go then. First thing I want to talk about is the first corner. This week they're going right instead of left. Carmichael was talking about how much harder it is to go right because the boys got to take their leg off, got to take their foot off the back brake. So he reckons it's really quite hard to turn right on the first corner than it is left.
Yeah.
I didn't know if anyone else had experience in that.
I hate turning right.
Do you?
I'd love to just go around in a circle.
I hate turning right.
No, I would, because like they say, you're not on your brake, are you?
Yeah.
So you know yourself, when you go left, I know you've got your front brake anyway, but you can kind of, left leg goes down and then the right leg you can, if you think you're overshooting or you're close to someone, you can hit the back brake as well. So yeah. If I could go around in a circle. But I think especially that's how quick they go into that corner. They're just
I've never really thought about it really off the start. I think because we just plod around.
Yeah, I suppose you're just relying on your front brake, isn't you?
Yeah.
Because as you come in, you're gonna have to put your leg out. But
it didn't seem to cause too much havoc. I didn't think, did it?
No, not as much as last week.
Yeah. But, so obviously, before we even got into the heats, we lost Faulkner in time practice. I think he just come a little bit short, didn't he, of that triple?
Yeah, they was all kind of having a go at it, which I think was one of they had to clear it because I think they was making a lot of time. It was like a treble on it into the corner, and it didn't even look that bad because normally their bike soaked that up, but when he hit it, it just spat him off and he just landed awkward and he's like skinny as a rake, and I think, and he just held his arm straight away, didn't he? And like just walked off and shaking his head, but. Yeah, we haven't really seen too much whether...
No, what's happened to him? I didn't know. Any of you guys know? I have been looking. One of our inside resources told us he's broke his collarbone, but...
Chesy facts.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was his shoulder, but other than that, I ain't really heard anything else. But I didn't know if it was his hand, but I don't know. He walked off like... You would if you do your collarbone, like your kind of arms down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really seen anything anywhere else.
Which is a ball ache because that was my shout for for the overall.
But there was quite a few crashes in the.
I forgot to look. Did anyone get it right last week?
Oh, did I?
No, because no one said Nichols, did they? No one. I can't remember seeing Nichols once.
Nah.
Oh, but you changed the web, didn't you, last minute?
Sure, I did, boy.
Mate, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, but there was for some reason in free qualifying and that there was quite a few crashes and a lot of people going down because obviously RJ went down as well.
Yeah, he said we haven't heard about his yet either, have we?
But I think they said more his was a wrist. When they said he was out of the main, they said it was due to a wrist injury. So whether he's chipped a bone or fractured something, don't really know. But
yeah, we have to keep an eye out for that one. It's a shame though, because that's two front runners.
Mixes it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's made it a bit of a.
It's like a free. Well, I know you
Yeah,
can't count the other
it is
stuff,
getting
but
that way. I was looking at the points earlier.
But after them crashes, did you see that Carnell's crash where
But he went over the berm into the netting.
Did you see
he got all excited because he was out the front, I think, didn't he?
Leading it, but did you see Plessinger and Anderson walking the line on their race? And it, like, come over, all you see is Plessinger like move out the way.
Yeah, I see that.
He must have thought that killed me. I was like, fair play, like we know ourselves how excited you get when you're in the lead. Yeah, it's kind of all going off in the free practice and stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
And then obviously started with the Heat 1, didn't it? With
Ricky's just said, I think the track being a bit more tacky was causing them problems. I saw when they were down on the track, there was a lot of ruts, weren't there, through the whoops that their bikes were just skipping through, and a lot of back wheel action.
That's Ryan, anyway.
Oh, Ryan, sorry, Ryan, not Ricky.
I was going to say, I couldn't see Ricky posing like that in an old profile picture.
Well, tarmac rake next to him, wasn't he?
But no, it looked at, because they're saying it's like Velcro, isn't it? They reckon they can row and grip, but then when they were showing you through the whoops, it kind of was so compact on it and hard, and some ruts. Like the bike was like jolting about and stuff, which was causing a bit of chaos.
Yeah,
because there was a lot of people was having problems through the whoops.
So onto the Heat 1 of the 250s, won by Jet. Pretty easy for him, I think. Weren't too much.
I don't know. He weren't happy with himself, was he?
Yeah. What I didn't.
He said he reckoned because Mosman was second, he said he should have left him.
Yeah.
Because he only kept like a 2.5 second lead, and he was shaking his head, which I thought was a bit of disrespect to Mosman.
Yeah. Mosman's a good rider.
Yeah, and he was saying Mosman shouldn't have been that close to him at the end of the qualifiers.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good yet, is he?
No, you can't start claiming facts that you've won one race, but yeah, he won't, and that was it really. You had Mosman and Oldenburg, and then fourth and fifth was some boys that are normally not in the top five. That Osby and that Albright, but
they're quite good to watch them boys, aren't they? I've started to get to know them boys because they're all usually in like the 9th places, aren't they? We're going for it.
They're going to go. There's a rider I've been watching called Short. He rides a Suzuki.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he? Yeah.
He's pretty. He likes to hang it out. Last week he got it wrong through the whoops, didn't he? And went off.
Doing this podcast has actually made me watch a lot more of them sort of riders than just the front boys.
Yeah, you pick everything. I'll pick notices everything. I do. I'm like scouting. Normally, it's the first 3 in it you watch, and that's it. But yeah, that was really it for Heat 1. There weren't much that happened.
It's a big talking point. We missed.
What, in Heat 1?
Yeah, Woodcock.
Oh, yeah, Woodcock. That was silly.
He flew through it, didn't he? The lap before, took that pass.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go again. I thought he's going to keep pushing up because he looked like his confidence was there, didn't he?
And then he sort of, I don't know, the back wheel. I think that was them ruts just making him step out a bit. And
he kind of cut tight on the inside of that corner jump, didn't he? To go up the inside of that. I think he would have if he stayed straight. And didn't it? But I thought he kind of rode it out. I thought he was going to land on his feet.
He sort of kicked the bike away and then landed. And I think Shane's seen what I've seen on Instagram, that he's broke his back, but he is up walking today. So it's good news to hear. But
I see him on like a Zimmer frame.
Yeah, Tyler's seen the same as well. But it must be gutting for him, wouldn't it? Because he's just starting to come good. Yeah,
for like round 3, starting to kind of feel his flow a little bit and have a bit of belief that he can kind of make the main from the qualifying.
Yeah, 12th place in timing apparently as well. So
yeah, it's all starting to fall together, and then that's racing, isn't it? Like split second, and he's off the side of the track in hospital with a Zimmer frame and can't feel his back, and that's him probably out now.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see him for a while now.
The thing is though, when they crash, because these tracks are built up, they're landing on hard the concrete shit, aren't they? So it's like landing on.
I don't know what they put underneath. I'm guessing it's some sort of like membrane or.
Yeah, but it's solid, isn't it? Like all the time.
For going.
Yeah, it's not going to be I know it ain't going to be comfy when you crash anyway, but landing on that stuff has got to work.
Heat 2. There was a bit of carnage on not the first corner, it was more the first jump, wasn't it? Where Nichols ended up going down.
Yeah.
And a few others. Craig reckons he started in third.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's weird. How do you?
He just
What do
keeps
you do?
coming
Keep
out of
flick,
excuses, doesn't he? Sometimes I think
keep flicking through the box on the. You've
just
only
say I
got to
had a
shift
shit
up.
start.
Do you know what I mean? Look, we know how to shift up a second. I
Yeah,
like. I don't know.
I don't know. He
But
just seems to make a few excuses lately, doesn't he? If he's not winning.
unless he wins, he's kind of
Yeah,
like. But yeah, I went off in third gear. Well,
that's what he
you're a
said. Yeah,
donut then at that level, weren't you?
yeah.
To
You're meant
be
to
in
be a
third.
pro.
But I don't
But
know. It's weird because have you seen them sometimes when they shift up? Sometimes they use the back of their heel.
Yeah,
Don't
heel.
they?
They click it up, don't they? Like
Which
sort
I
of
wouldn't be
kick it up.
confident doing that.
Nah.
But yeah, apparently he went off the line in third gear, but that's his fault.
He pulled through all right, and it obviously ended up doing young Volan for the win.
Yeah, he looked
Yeah,
good.
good for him to lead a few laps. I think even in
Yeah.
the heat races, a bit more confidence for him now. I think.
Yeah, he's looking kind of like he belongs. I know at the
Yeah.
start he was still good, but he's starting to like kind of believe in himself a little bit. Like he always gets good starts as well. I know he's only like probably about 3 stone. That's why he flies out the gate. But
Yeah, wet.
yeah, there's nothing of him. So he's always kind of out the gate, which gives him a good chance. But yeah, for him to lead a few races and that, he's smooth as well. He don't really make many mistakes, does he?
Nah. And then Nichols getting back to third. And again, there was the lads, there was Haaland. Did you see his last pass?
How cool was that?
Yeah.
I was shouting because...
So he obviously, I can't remember, I haven't wrote it down stupidly. The other one went inside to block the line. He railed the berm and he had the speed to get up the jump.
Yeah, because I didn't think
those.
when they went into the last that last kind of bold turn before the finish, I thought no way, but he got on it so early, didn't he? Power, and then the drive, and I thought, mate, how has he done that? But that's why they're brilliant to watch, isn't they?
Yeah, I'm really starting to like them guys. Watch them.
Yeah.
I follow them on Instagram and that now as well.
Yeah, Haaland, wasn't it? They've done it.
I think that's it. 250s, unless you got anything else or anyone else has got anything else.
Yeah, no, and Heat 2, they all kind of Shimoda coming in at 4th. So I mean, without the other boys in it, it's pretty not easy, but it was a bit.
It does
easier
take
for
it
them
down
to get in the main.
I've got the standings.
Yeah, the standings now. It's just you got top 6.
First,
I would say. That's why now is the time to fly out there, isn't it? And try and win some money for us.
Yeah,
we've got a bit more chance of trying to probably. Or we'll wait a couple more, see if a couple more.
Perhaps you can keep your bet up and take the win on one.
That's what I mean. No, I said 450s though, didn't I?
Straight 450s.
Yeah, I shot myself.
There we go. Heat 1 450s. I don't know if you saw this. When Barsha come round, obviously he old shotted, come round that first hand section. Did you see the Alpine Star medical days?
He was flat out, didn't he?
I thought, fucking hell, you're going to need your medical man in a minute because Barsha had to sort of break, didn't he?
Yeah, but the bloke weren't trying to get a shimmy on. He was just kind of pottering, wasn't he? Wow, I'm the medical man, so you wait for me. But yeah,
I did chuckle me that.
I'll just because at first I thought, fucking hell, what's he doing? I thought you don't need to imagine him getting it and then them lot steamrolling him.
No,
he flew. He flew out the gate again, didn't he? But Barsha.
He looks so good at the moment, doesn't he? But I think he's in for the championship, personally.
I am out of the whole kind of night. I think he looked the fastest. If I'm honest.
Yeah, when we get to the main, we'll talk about it. But yeah, he definitely looked the fastest. I think.
Yeah, he looks
and the most comfortable on the bike.
He's got a nice flow anyway.
So I think the only reason he hit Alex Ray, didn't he, on the back?
Yeah, it's a bit hard, isn't it? Because he kind of followed him in, didn't he? And
when he started again, did you see him aim straight for Cooper Webb?
he looked across, didn't he? And must have thought,
fuck you, I'm coming.
You ain't doubling, and there were nowhere for Cooper to go. He just cut across him, and then off he goes.
Yeah, it did tickle me.
I read something earlier about Webb as well, saying about it, and he said when he come round, he said he looked at Barsha and he said he see Barsha look at him, and Webb said he thought, don't even think about cutting across me, and he said, but I thought, of course he will. He just said he stopped him from doing the double. Yeah, but yeah, it's good, but that's what you like to see, isn't it?
And so Roxon ended up winning that one, but I watched it back earlier, and Roxon said something, and I thought, fucking hell, pot kettle black here, because he said, Barsha crashed into him, but I'll take that. when I watched it back earlier, I thought, I bet
Yeah.
you wish you never said that name.
Yeah, he's another one. Do you know what I mean? It's all right when it's going his way, and then he has a bit. I know, obviously, we'll speak about that a bit more about it in a bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
But that's racing. Like Barsha, I think the rider didn't cut down early enough, and Barsha kind of was the wrong side of him, and they just toppled straight over. So, but he just jumped out and got on with it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you ain't heard nothing from him.
No.
So Roxon, Barsha, Webb, Osborne, that one. Heat 2. Love this bit when all out the gate, Stewart come flying, didn't he?
Mate, see him through the whoop.
Oh, and then he just was coming out too quick at the end there, didn't he? And cleaned out Muscan.
It was like he must have thought, go on, I've got my easy, and then he must have thought, fuck it now. Like, he come out sideways, didn't he? But fair play to him, he stayed on, and then what made me laugh is Muscan went down, and then who got caught out in it? Old
Freezy again, wasn't it? Our favourite rider, old Freezy.
I thought, oh, is that Tickle? I thought, of course it ain't. It's got to be Vince, isn't it?
Yeah, anyone who's going to get involved with that is going to be Freezy.
Yeah, but that was quite cool. But I thought, I'll tell you what I thought was impressive. Even though he got wiped out, Muscan was like 10 seconds behind transfer spot. And he's still qualified, which
he got an 8th, didn't he?
Yeah, which I know obviously you would. I don't know if you would say you would expect him to qualify, but to start dead last.
So short them heats though, aren't they? They're like sprints, so it's hard for him to get.
But yeah, to get into the main from after being like dead last.
Yeah, I'm not his biggest fan, but that was good.
No, and 10 seconds behind, I thought it was pretty impressive.
Yes. AC, pretty solid heat for him.
Yeah, he looked comfortable.
He looked the most comfortable I've seen him in the last 3 races, I think, Saturday.
Yeah, watching him in the heat, I thought he's going to be, whoever said AC in the comments and that, and thought he was going to be there for the main, I was a little bit worried. I thought, well, he might pull something out of the bag. But anything can change, can't it, in the heats? And they was doing a lot to the track, weren't they? I see with the 250s and that, they kept coming out and rolling the track a little bit, didn't they? And kind of prepping it quite well for them. So I think the track does change up a little bit.
Yeah. So if anyone else got anything on the heat races or the track before we move on to the mains,
and then it was Stewart, Davalos, Brayton, and top 5 for the heats.
I'll check the old Facebook page as well. Make sure we're not missing any on there today.
Yeah.
No, we're all good on there so far. Oh. I've only pressed the bloody button on it.
It's your eye. It's your eye, isn't it? You need to get the old glasses on, don't you?
The old fans want to see the bins. Right, so the 250 main.
Yeah.
Where should we start?
He didn't start in 3rd gear then, did he, Craig?
Nah.
Sort of just start. I know he said he was leaving his starts for the main, but I suppose he did. He flew out, didn't he? Whole side.
He a lot better that start. Him and the Star Racing boys pulled out a nice lead, didn't they?
Yams, didn't they? Fastest bike on the planet at the moment. 250s. And
go on.
No, to be fair, when I see Craig Holshot here, I thought he was going to be a bit like Anaheim.
H1,
and I thought he's going to not Anaheim. Sorry, I thought he's just going to run off with it because he kind of, once he hits the flow, doesn't he, and no one's in front of him, he can put down some serious laps. So, but yeah, weren't really.
Ryan's did see Craig over the white line around the corner. Thought he'd been penalised for that. I didn't see that, so I can't really comment on that.
No, I know what Ryan's going on about because I see a couple of people do it, but it's hard, isn't it? Because they tough block and then it stops, and then you got the white.
A few people saw it. Lee saw it as well. I didn't see
the white line. But do you go by the tough block or do you go by the white line? But I can't see people following a white line on the floor. But
I think it'd be strong to be penalised for that, wouldn't you? First corner.
We do it at our race meetings, don't you? They put the old pegs down when he's like booting them out of the way and cutting across the track and stuff.
Go inside of it.
Yeah.
Volan started really well as well, didn't he? He was in 3rd for a few laps.
Yeah, I liked how Volan was kind of with him and Mosman got a little bit together, didn't they? And and he kind of held his own. I see Mosman, he bumped into him before the whoops, and then at the end, Rowland went up the inside of him and gave it back to him, didn't he?
Yeah,
which was quite good to see. I thought, oh, fair play to you, mate. Like,
yeah, as a rookie, he didn't back down at all, did he?
Yeah, he's got to be
thought,
careful
yeah.
because I think if they
It weren't dirty though, not like the other one we're just about to talk about, which I thought was a bit.
No, that his one was pretty clean, pretty clean.
And then he had, I don't know what happened to him, but he had a really shit lap, and then the whole train went through, didn't they? Mosman, Lawrence, and Shimoda.
I didn't really see it, to be fair. I don't know if he mucked up a section or like through one of the main ones, but yeah, he kind of went from where he was. Yeah, they namely all went past him, but he still kind of cracked on and pulled back a little bit.
And then the hard hit from Lawrence on Mosman. What's everyone's thoughts on that before we talk about it? You know, we all have our own views on what's dirty and what's clean or hard or rubbing. You know, I think we've all...
What do you think?
I thought it was dirty.
Yeah. It's how you look, I suppose.
He wasn't turning. Jet was not turning, you know. He wasn't going round the corner at the time.
Yeah. It's hard when... Because he used him to turn himself near enough, didn't he? Which I think's...
I think if there's a championship on the line, that pass, we would all make it. But I thought it was again past the apex of the corner. He wasn't turning. Mosman was turning. I thought it was a bit strong.
They're coming in with so much speed as well, aren't they? From the whoops.
Most people are saying dirty. Reece saying dirty had to be done. George Clark saying nothing wrong with it.
He would say that. He's from Paulsgrove, isn't he? Dirty bastards down there. Reece had to be done.
Tyler, he wanted that podium. Nothing unusual over there.
Yeah, I suppose, but
Tony.
Nothing compared to.
Which I agree. Like, you know, if a championship's on the line, you're going to give it your all. But
he did get penalised. What Tony's saying about, he did get penalised for it, didn't he? But it's still, he won the championship. But yeah, I think I would be, if I was Mosman, you'd be a bit pissed off because to get it that hard from him, and you kind of trying to race.
He's not really a dirty rider himself either, is he? You know.
But is that going to cost him a bit later when? I suppose if you do that, then you're setting the bar for obviously Mosman to come and repay the favour. You can't do it and then squinny for the rest of the season, even if he gets wiped out from anyone else. So I suppose like how you want to go on, innit? But I thought it was aggressive and kind of a little bit just over the borderline. But he got past him, and I suppose it's the podium which makes the difference.
Reece at Dow, you're telling me if I was in third and you was in fourth, you wouldn't clean me out. For one, Reece, you wouldn't be in third.
And that's the end of that. That's all we need. We need to leave it there.
Night, Reece.
Roll back over in bed. Nah. Don't need a wipe, Reece. He wipes himself out, doesn't he?
Yeah, he can have a crash on his own.
Yeah. Sit behind him for a couple of laps and that's it. Topples off. Cheers, Reece.
Anyway, Craig and Nichols had a bit of a good battle, and then Nichols went on to win. Craig was definitely faster in the whoops, but Nichols seemed to be faster everywhere else, didn't he?
Yeah. I think Craig just kind of relying on the whoops, isn't he? Where I don't think that it works sometimes, but if you can't kind of catch him around the rest of the track, like Nichols looked like he up to gear at the
I've seen someone
last three things. It looked like he had that. Like, remember years ago when Baggett used to have like the last kind of end of the race, it looked like he was on something and he used to just put the charge on. And I think Craig did try to fight this time a little bit, but Nichols looked like he kind of knew.
He was faster, wasn't he?
Yeah, followed his lines a little bit, knew that he was quicker in the whoops, and that was it. So
our fans' favourite tonight, Reece, again. As right, I can see Nichols going on a winning streak. So can I.
I don't know. We'll see. It's what I mean. It's so hard. He might, with what's going on, everyone thought Faulkner was going to clear off and then he's crashed. Nichols could crash this weekend.
Yeah. After watching this, Honda Red's going blue, he's told us.
I did have a phone call from Honda Red. Fair play to him because he said if I could give him a shout out, he'll be what I'm there watching tonight. But I have
eating his crumpets.
Yeah, he'll be in bed eating the crumpets. What's the time? Yeah, he's ready for bed. He'll be in there ready.
Dale, you're in your new office. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm in the office, chilling. But no, it was a good race. But I think is he kind of getting into Craig's mind a little bit now, where he's kind of knows, all right, Craig get out in front, but he can.
He sits there, watches him, didn't he? He played. I think the perfect execution for me. Really, he just watched where Craig was quicker, sort of took that on board, and then stuck it on him really, and took the win.
Yeah, is it? They saying is it easier to sit in second and lead? Because obviously, especially
depends
if you
who's lead now. If you're Carmichael in the lead, then they're fucked.
Yeah, or if even if he's not in the lead, you know he's coming to take the lead. But
yeah, so I think with Faulkner and RJ out, the top 6 is pretty much the top 6 now. I can't see anyone really breaking into that with Nichols, Craig, Lawrence, Shimoda, Mosman, and Voland.
yeah, it's the top 3 strong now, isn't it? But
yeah, well,
I know you can have consistency in that, which at the end it might. But they're only what are they doing? 8 rounds. So
I would like to see. Someone else has said it as well. I'd like to see the Yam boys with Jet in the middle of them. I think that would be quite a good.
Yeah,
if he could get up there with them and have a bit of a battle with them.
Craig, Jet, Nichols would be good, wouldn't it? And see, but hopefully this weekend. To be fair, I'll give it to Jet because he had a bad. We didn't really talk about it. He had quite a bad crash, didn't he, in the whoops? And went down hard on his shoulder and done his leg and that. And he said he weren't really feeling comfortable. So I think him having a third was quite a good result for this weekend, and then kind of move on to the next one.
Solid. Tyler's rip. Will Volan get a win this year? I can't see him winning personally.
I don't know.
Nah, I don't. Think
I reckon the only way he'll win,
he might get a podium towards the end of the season. I think
because the hard thing is even if there was a load of drama on the first corner, them boys, Craig and Nichols, nearly lapped him.
Yeah.
So he was next to be lapped when they finished. So it shows.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is because you look at where you finish and you think, fair play to me. I had a 6th. I'll be busting the old champagne out, and then when I watch it back on the replay, I think, fucking hell, nearly got lapped.
Yeah, Ryan said he might win a heat race, which I agree with. I reckon he might get a heat race win, but
if he could
I can't see him getting a main win.
But they said it's kind of a building a year for him anyway, didn't they? And they don't want him to do nothing silly, but it's still quite demoralising when you know you're 40-something seconds from the leaders.
Yeah.
But
be good to see 2 17-year-olds going for the win. Would be good. So I think I say the top 6 are the strong 6 in the 250s now, depending on what happens with RJ and Faulkner. Hopefully we'll find out in the next couple of days. They've got a week now, haven't they, till the next one? So
yeah, because you've got Craig and Nichols are joint on points now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Both carrying the red plate, and then you've got Jet that's on 64. They're on 70, so it's still close, and there is a little bit of a jump down to the next 3.
8 and 11, isn't it?
Yeah, but other than that, there weren't really much else that went on.
We should pick a rider every week. We've got to cheer on someone like John Short or.
See if what you should do is the main in the LCQs and that you should pick and try and do like a bit. We were saying we was going to try and set like a sweepstake out or have a look in it, but we wanted to see how many.
Does anyone know? Because I looked into it. I'm doing it legally without being
legally. Don't want it to be.
I can't be asked to do it all like Backstreet Barry. If we can do a sweepstake or
Backstreet Barry at the front of the house and that taking bets.
Yeah, so if anyone knows of any sites that you can legally do it, then I'll be up for. I'll set it up. I don't mind doing it, but I can't be. I see
Reese saying about because they do that RM fantasy. Is it RM fantasy?
Yeah,
like something like that. But then again, I bet that's quite hard to set up and get it all.
Maybe
up
I'll set up an RM fantasy league if everyone on here who wants to do it puts in. We do it over the season, but make it like 30 quid each. Then if there's 23 people watching now, there's 130 people in the group.
Yeah.
We can have 30 quid each if anyone wants to do that for the West Coast, and then go from.
Yeah, see if we make it just a bit interesting. Pick riders and that.
We could even do the 450s now as well because it's still so open, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, none of us can like out of everyone who tunes in and is on the group, we can't even guess the 2 riders that winning the weekend at the moment. And there's enough.
What
of
a shit ton of hats behind me I can't get rid of.
Yeah, can't even give them away for free.
Trying to give away these new hats that haven't turned up yet. Still.
Yeah. But no, we're
trying to sort something out on that.
We're looking into it.
So moving on to the 450 main. Let's have a look what we got here. Roxon did seem to have a bit better flow, but still a few mistakes, didn't he? I think
yeah.
He didn't seem super smooth.
Yeah, I think everyone's finding it hard to kind of click the perfect laps off, aren't they? They're all making little mistakes here and there, which makes it interesting.
I did seem to think there was a bit more passing this week than last week. You know, there's a few more overtakes. There's more opportunity if you were a bit further back to, try and get back through the pack. Yeah,
that's what I see. Some riders were saying, like when they get a bad start in the qualifying, it's not brilliant because obviously for gate pick, but they get a good insight to where they can make passes on the track.
Yeah,
which I know obviously you'd like to win the heat and just clear out, but where like Muskin come through, he said you start picking where you can make the kind of insides and outsides and what's quicker. So, but yeah, there was a lot more passing this time than them just kind of following the leader like Sky Electrics last time.
Yeah, it did seem to spread out like halfway through the race. I thought, it's going to be a bit of a bore one because they were quite evenly spread, weren't they? I thought, here we go, they're just going to train.
Yeah, and just it on through. Like they kind of all settle, but I don't know. You think that, and then like the next couple of laps, it all kind of starts like clicking together, and then I think they all start pushing. Sometimes I think they settle at the start. Well, the first couple of laps are kind of hectic, aren't they? And they push.
Yeah, always.
And then because they know they're doing like 28 something laps, I think they kind of find
they're clicking off so many laps on this.
Yeah,
stadium,
just like a cruise, and then I think they know from the end where they leave themselves 5 laps in, they know I need a push.
Mm. So I think crazy that Fernandez on Tuesday comes second and then he got lapped this week.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Lapped. I just think it's
is it embarrassing?
No. How can you go from second to lapped?
Yeah, I mean,
it's nuts. It's just that's how good the 450 class is this year.
The old morale. It must be hard to keep the old morale.
Kicks you straight in the teeth.
You know what I mean? Last race, you're indoors and that, giving it one end with your trophy, and then coming in the door from the last meeting, thinking, Jesus Christ, mate, I got lapped.
It must be so hard not to post all over Instagram. Second, and then you think next week, fucking hell.
What an idiot. Yeah, but that's what I mean. When you look at it, like now, when I was looking at the main results, like down to 1st to 10th, all them riders can win.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's crazy
because I see obviously when Webb did take the win, he was did you see him having a bit of an argument with his mechanic?
Yeah, about not telling him what laps or something he was on.
Yeah, saying you got to tell me what lap I'm on and that.
Yeah,
and he was kind of saying, I was, and he was saying, well, no, I didn't see it and stuff. So I see them having a little argument just after he won.
Yeah, weren't no happy there, was he? He was like, I need to know what laps.
I see. He said it was hard or something. He said that was a hard one, but yeah, you know what I mean? You was all writing him off, weren't you? The other day, you was going, what? He's going to go 9th to 1st, and you think he's going to win in a minute, and he's just kind of got. I think where he has won the championship, he knows he can do it.
Yeah,
so, and he's always going to be there.
I think I'll say we was talking earlier, and both agreed that we think Barsha was the fastest man on the day. He just had that little tip over, didn't he, in the sand?
Yeah.
But he looked awesome, I think, and he does look awesome on that gas.
Yeah, well, he jumped back up and got past Tomac.
Past Tomac, yeah.
Ain't normally the easiest thing to do.
Like Carmichael said on the commentary, he said, I sort of slagged him off a little bit, but he didn't realise that he'd snapped his gear lever off on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Rode on lap 7, so done like 21 laps in first.
Yeah, I think you can't slag him off because you can see he's always committed, isn't he? And he's always trying. But he just kind of he looks like. All right, last weekend he had a bit of a nightmare, but this weekend you could see he was just pushing to try and just get to that position and stay in the title fight. But
I
yeah,
love
I
that
think
setup with the bike and the kit. I think
yeah,
they
all
look
their
the
kit.
it looks the bollocks, doesn't
Normally
it?
it's all colourful and that, but this year with the gas, it looks fucking every week, innit? Ches is commenting, creaming his pants about it. Oh, look at this one. I need this one. I need that one. I want a gas. But yeah, it looks good.
It's a little comment for you, Dal.
Could do. I don't really like curtains. Well, there was curtains up there, but you know what I mean? In the morning, I like to look out. What I do is I'll post a picture out in the morning. I like to look out, and I've got like a nice kind of fields, woods.
Got two nice trees.
I like to feed my pigeons and that in the morning out the window. So
there you are,
I
mate.
don't really know where Matt lives, but I can imagine this like
Matt's
a
got a
council
very nice
estate.
house.
So he
No,
probably.
Matt's got a very nice house.
Oh,
yeah.
then.
I think AC is coming soon. Yeah, I think he is. He's been quite quiet actually, hasn't he? The first 3 rounds, he's sort of stuck there, but he's 5th in the standing, so he's only 9 points off the lead.
Yeah, he was happy when they spoke to him on the podium. He was happy, wasn't he, with his result? So, I think it's just like a building process for him, and if he can just stay on and like we didn't really hear about him, did we?
Well,
I see him say about he said it's hard because he said Roxon's a fast starter, and he said Webb kind of just literally gets his head down and plods on. So he said it's hard to try and. 1 minute he thought he was reeling them in, and the next minute he said he didn't.
Yeah, where are we? There's 8 riders within 10 points of the lead at the moment. It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, because
obviously the biggest talking point, which is blown up on social media, is Roxon and Wilson.
Yeah.
Go on, you can have your thoughts first. Everyone else, let us know what you think as well, because there's been a lot of different opinions on this of what blue flags mean, flaggers doing their job properly, what you're supposed to do when you see a blue flag. So let us know what everyone else thinks and see if you agree with what me or Dale's our thoughts.
Personally, I think they all know what the blue flag is, and I think you can't not miss them geezers around the track with that blue flag. That's all you ever see is them jumping on the side of the track, waving the blue flag. So I get obviously they're saying when the blue flag's getting waved, it means lap riders are coming through. But then when I listen to Wilson, he's saying he's not really expected to be getting lapped where he was, and then I heard him today say that Ferrandez went down. And he got past him, and then he thought it was Ferrandez behind him. So he was kind of back. He was trying to keep Ferrandez behind him. But then the other things I've heard of is, yourself, when you're riding, if someone's behind you and revving their bike and screaming and they're waving a flag, do you even just... You only got to have a little look, ain't you, to see.
Yeah.
So it was one of those, really. But, yeah, you could see why Roxon was kind of a bit stressed out. But it's racing.
The way I look at it as well is Roxon. I think Webb is in Roxon's head.
Of course he is, 100%.
Roxon said it was my race to lose, and it was. He had so many opportunities to put his head down and get a 3-second lead. Also,
he did have, didn't he, from 3 laps to the end.
And I think Wilson, if we forget, they are getting lapped, but he was still battling for a top 10.
Yeah.
Which obviously from, we talked about money last week, might be quite a big deal to them and they're obviously a team. But it doesn't say deviate from your line on a blue flag. It says let them pass, don't stop them. So I find Roxon knew where Wilson was going there. He could have gone round him. Webb could have gone on the inside. But one of the things your dad tells you when you're a kid is don't follow.
Yeah.
So...
I always think if you've caught what annoys me is we have it sometimes when you race and when you're in a battle and you start catching someone up, and when you get to them sometimes you freeze, don't you?
Yeah.
And then you end up staying. You think I've just pulled 6 seconds to catch him. You should be able to just blast past him, but I think you can't expect them everyone to move out of the way and you carry on in your line and keep because. There's other riders that get caught up, but they have to that's the whole point of racing. That's why it's good because when they come to the lappers, it's what lines they pick, when they choose to get past them. And he held them up in that inside corner, and then Wilson went to the other inside again. But Roxon only had to kind of follow him, and Webb would have had to go wider.
All the way round, yeah.
He kind of jumped out wide, didn't he? And then
He got it all wrong himself a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think he just kind of blew. He blew, didn't he?
I think see, me personally, I think Webb was already in his head, and he was worrying so much about Webb that he fucked it up with Wilson.
Yeah.
And then sort of released it to the press and media because he knew himself that Webb was fucking pitched up in his head already, so he knew.
Because I see after he was off the bike and he was like this to Wilson, and then he went, "Oh, if only there was an octagon on the podium," Roxon said. And I thought, if Wilson's come out, he'd done a thing on Twitter, he's done Instagram saying, in the end, there's only so much you can do.
And I think Roxon made himself look a bit of a dick because he commented on it saying, like, me and Wilson are cool, but then went on to write a whole paragraph of why he should have moved out the way.
Yeah. I thought there's only so much apologising you can do. In the end, you think, look, Roxon, I've had a gut load of you now, mate. Like, keep giving it the big one. Yeah, but it is racing, but like you said, Webb's done it before. He's done it before on the last lap, the last corner,
a few times. So last year, this year,
it gets Roxon thinking, doesn't it? Because he knows he will put it in on him, and he's going to be there the last couple of laps. But it was good. I was obviously picking Webb. I was screaming.
So go through some of these. You said Tony T reckons that Wilson deserves more than a warning for a lap's worth of flags.
Lap's worth.
They reckon it was 3/4 of a lap, don't they?
Ryan
said Wilson should have let him by, but I think he's a genuine guy, so I don't think it was intentional, but definitely changed the outcome. I think that's the hardest thing. It did change the outcome, but I don't think it was all Wilson's fault. You know, that's only my opinion. So
the thing is that Wilson's going past lap riders as well.
Yeah.
So because sometimes you see them waving the flags at lap riders when leaders.
Once it gets to about lap 11, they're just constantly fucking waving them.
You just see them like this. Like I mean, you can't miss the people with the.
Is it me or is it someone else? You know, you don't know.
Do you know who they're actually waving it at? Because you just, like you said, you just see them like that all the time.
Yeah, because I suppose I've never really looked. Wilson must have been lapping as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he was. So, and like he said, he was in a battle with Fernandez. So, like he's saying, he's trying to put his head down and all right, if someone's reveling at it, could be Fernandez because it's how he rides. So, do you just, is that why he was sticking to the race lines and stuff? And then it's hard. I wouldn't be too hard on myself, but then, like you said, you get all the Roxon fans jumping on the bandwagon and that, probably death threats and stuff.
So, Roxon reckons he's lost 7 points, but have you seen the flagging issue as well from another view? I know it's different from a goggle view and like an overhead shot of, and you can clearly see the. Yeah. So you don't know, I think Roxon just got to be a man and take it, hasn't he?
Yeah, I just like you said.
He keeps saying it was my race to lose, and he lost it, so it was his race to lose.
Yeah, tough titties, isn't it? You know what I
mean? Lee said, quite a long one. Take me a while. C. Wilson hasn't been penalised, and the rule book. Fucking rule book. Lee's had the rule book.
Club secretary over here.
Lee, but the rule book states if you obstruct a leader and affect the position, then you should be penalised. Roxon feels like it's all against him now, and he's lost points round 2 and round 3, added with Wilson not being penalised. Good point.
It is, yeah. It's hard when you read the rule books and what they do state.
Have you read it then?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't read no rule books. There ain't no rule books when it comes to racing, really. But it's so different when you're racing. You know what I mean? your heart's beating 100 miles an hour in it, and especially I'll dread to think. Obviously, them onto like the last lap, and you getting stuck behind him in the next couple of corners. You know Webb's behind you, and it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, Scott's sort of reiterated the point that I said that everyone knows he shouldn't follow him racing. Roxon was panicking too much about Webb, which that's my view on it as well.
Yeah. If he didn't follow, then but it's easier said than done, isn't it? I suppose.
Shouldn't follow, as if Wilson had dropped it, it'd have been a different story. You know, if he crashed in that corner, you know.
Yeah, he'd have blamed him for coming off then, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And throwing his hands up in the air and.
So it was a win in the bag for Webb. Roxon second.
What do I get anything?
You didn't get 250 right though.
Oh, we're doing both, are we?
Yeah, otherwise I'll be have to give out fucking
Right.
hats willy-nilly.
All right. No, I'm glad he won though, because no one picked Webb except me, did
No.
they?
Yeah, it was only you who picked Webb.
Yeah.
Solid ride from AC. Quite quiet. Barsha, good ride since he dropped it. Solid ride from Tomac, really fifth.
What about Brayton having a podium, then having a 10th?
Yeah, but it's easy done, isn't it?
Yeah, and Osborne. Like
Yeah.
everyone's raving about Osborne, but he ain't really done nothing yet. In these first 3 rounds, he's kind of. I know he's having problems or mistakes, but that's part of it, isn't it? And he had a 9th, and
Yeah, I thought he'd have been a bit stronger at the start of the season, Osborne, especially coming off obviously the outdoor win and
yeah,
I know he
Tomac
had
was
a
a bit
few.
quiet.
Yeah, but still a solid fifth, really.
Plessinger,
Yeah, he had a good ride, didn't he?
the mullet,
Yeah.
he looked pretty good. He, when I watched a YouTube kind of clip of them talking and stuff, you can see how they know how stacked it is, because he was over the moon that EP in qualifying he got 10th, and he was over the moon with it, because he said the week before he said he had like 17th.
Yeah,
So
I think
for them
if you
to
can
be
break that
excited
top
to have
10,
a 10, you can see how stacked it is and how fast they know they've got to go to even. But it was like he had Stewart in front, Plessinger, Anderson was up there.
yeah, so Tyler's just wrote Stewart. He's had another sixth, didn't he? Which is brilliant, really.
Yeah, and he kind of in the heats and that he kind of stayed on speed with Tomac, didn't he?
Yeah, he's the lead. Well, he's being the lead star racing 450 at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to be.
But Fernandez is letting him down.
Yeah, he's been consistent. But it's, like Fernandez got lapped, didn't he? But will with Webb winning that main, will he go on like a roll now?
That's a question I wanted to ask. Obviously we've had 6 races, main events now, 6 different winners. Do you reckon anyone's going to take the bull by the horns and get 2 wins on the trot, or do you reckon it's going to be like this all season?
He done this when he won in 19. If you watch that the first couple of rounds, he was steady, and it was kind of the bit of like how it's going now, because he's still fighting with setups and stuff, isn't he? So I dread to think how quick he'll be once he gets kind of saying that he's happy with, because they said that he's saying to him, set the bike and I'll just ride it like that. But for him to win now, you know what he's like. He'll probably come. He might go. I think he might go on a roll.
Little roll.
Yeah.
Right then, so that takes us nicely into our predictions for next week. Obviously, there's no Tuesday night this week, so
it moves to Windy.
Yeah. The home of motor racing. So if everyone wants to put in the comments their 250 and their 450 prediction for next week, Dale, you can give me yours, and then I went first last week. You can go first this week, and we'll go. And if everyone else chucks theirs in the comments, we'll read them out. I say if anyone does get it right, hopefully the fucking hats will be here by then, and we can try and give a few out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 2 and 450s. Webb.
You've got to really after what you've just said.
Yeah. But no, I'm not playing. I'm just picking them out. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I've called Webb, and you was all against him. Where you lot are all. There's going to be loads of comments now. Roxon, Webb. Watch all the comments. Where's all the Webb fans now? Go on, watch them pop up. Webb. I reckon Webb again.
Right, I'm going to go for Nichols.
Yeah.
And Barsha.
Oh. That's better, isn't it?
You've heard it here first. Nichols and Barsha. So we got Ryan said Lawrence AC. Good shout.
Yeah.
Jet and Barsha. Yeah, good shout. Barsha's definitely going to win.
I have 20 quid, he don't.
We can't take online bets. We're going to do that.
Right.
Bit of
So
Backstreet Barry.
Barry bet.
Matt, Jet and Ken. I can't...
Who? Matt, Jet and Ken?
Yeah.
Jet and Ken.
Lee Skinner, Nichols, and Ken. A lot of people know Ken by first name on it.
Yeah, I know. Is it Kenny?
Kenny. Reese, Jet, and Tomac.
Why is Reese still up? 10 and 9.
Jet and Eli. Eli? Eli.
Eli.
Nichols and Roxon. Craig and Tomac. Craig and Barsha.
You telling me no one else is going for Webb?
Yeah, not one person said Webb.
Well, what they're saying, it's a fluke.
Lee says there's a good mixture there, I think. So hopefully, maybe we'll get someone to actually win this week. What I'll do is these are all saved on the on my Facebook group now, so I can check back next week and see who's won.
Have you seen the track map at all?
I haven't yet. I will put it in.
Yeah, on the page.
Can we do a friends and family PayPal sweepstake? Yeah, we could, Matt, but I just can't be fucked to organise it, to be honest, mate. I would rather something that I can set up, and like this does take a bit more time than just popping on and having a chat. So, and obviously work, and I would like a way of doing it if we could, but we'll see.
Matt, you can PayPal me some money over for the curtains if you want. Initials in it and that Matt Smith.
Anyone got any last questions before we go to me and Dale or anyone else in the group?
Anything we want to talk about next week, or some questions, or change it up a bit, or whatever? Yeah,
is there anything me and Dale can do better? You'd enjoy more? We have got some interviews coming up. We've got Lee Webber, Cab Screens owner, team owner, coming on to just have a chat to find out what actually goes beyond running a team. We've got Taylor Hamill coming on to once his ride's announced, talking about what he's going to be doing next season. So there's 2 in the bag with a few more in the pipeline. So hopefully it won't just be mine and Dale's face every week. We're going to have a few people on here to, a bit behind the scenes stuff as well. Let's do a last chance winner as well.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
I suppose, it's quite hard to do that, isn't it? Because you don't know who's in it.
What we can do is, if we watch the next one, I know obviously some of them might make the main, but you can normally get the gist of who just scrapes in.
Yeah, the best of the rest sort of thing.
Yeah, and then the ones who are always in the last chance. But
yeah,
because it's mad, because in the 450s, you've got like Freddie Noran and that sitting there still, isn't you? And the 250s is better. The last chance 250s, isn't it?
Yeah, Hartraff, he went down, didn't he? He didn't even make the main.
No, it's crazy.
But again, I say thanks everyone for taking part tonight. It was a good one again tonight. I enjoyed that. We'll be back a week today because there's nothing obviously in the week this week. So I hope everyone has a good week, and we will catch you a week today. Ciao for now.
Keep it real.